That down, let's move on to this, shall we? Beetlejuice is now in theaters. It is projected to have a massive opening weekend. It's probably going to end up being the third or fourth biggest opening weekend of the year, at least up until this point. Made like $12 or $13 million on its preview night, which is, by the way, more money than the original Beetlejuice made. Just throwing that out there. It's crazy. I mean, really, and the excitement level for it's been growing. I'm not the biggest Tim Burton fan in the world, but he's got a couple of movies that I love, and I am a fan of the original Beetlejuice. But I was like, I don't see why they're doing this Beetlejuice movie. Way too little, way too late. And then CinemaCon came back in April in Vegas, and they did this big presentation. I'm like, you know what? That was a really good presentation, and I'm interested now. And I think the trailers have been good. And right now, Beetlejuice is holding a very respectable 77% critic rating and an 86% audience rating. So it's going to be a huge financial success. Clearly, a lot of people are liking it. So we went to go see it, and I think this movie is terrible. Awful. This, all of us, I was telling the guys this earlier, all of us movie fans, every year have 1, 2, or 3 movies that we as individual movie fans are completely the opposite from where the majority are. Either everybody hated a movie and we liked it, or everybody loved a movie that we didn't like. This is going to be Beetlejuice is going to be mine for 2024, I think. Because this movie isn't just not good. I thought it was dreadfully awful. Completely boring. Not funny in the least. There was one laugh. I had one laugh. There's a laugh in the movie. Going back to our theme of moose, there was one laugh in the movie that had a joke revolving around a moose. That was funny, and I laughed out loud.
Was it about his penis hitting someone? Is that
maybe?
Right?
I don't want to spoil it for you, Chris.
All right. Well, thank you. That's nice.
But there's no eye violence with it, so.
Oh, good. The penis doesn't go in the eye. That's terrible.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess if you, yeah.
I mean, you could try.
I guess I walked into
And
that
I don't
one.
want to, I'm not going to spoil anything about this movie, but it was, so number one, it's completely not funny. No laughs in this movie. It is garbage. And there's nothing more painful watching a movie that's trying to be funny when it's not. And so I was just, half the movie I was like this, and then just kept looking at my watch, waiting to find out when we could leave. I was dry. It felt desperate too. A lot of stuff in it just felt completely desperate. And I'll tell you a couple of things that really bother me about it. And I hate it when a movie does this. And we've talked about some other movies that do this, is when they treat all their characters as being complete idiots. All their characters in this movie are completely stupid. Even Winona Ryder, who, again, I wanted to call her, what was her name? Dietz?
Lydia Dietz.
Lydia Dietz. So Astrid, I keep wanting to call her Astrid, but that's her daughter. That's Jenna Ortega. Even Lydia, even Winona's Ryder character, is dumb as a fucking rock. Like, she's with, you see in the trailer, she's with Justin Theroux, right? The movie makes it completely clear. Justin Theroux is the world's biggest douchebag. It's clear to see. Everybody else in the movie, clear to see. World's biggest, most awful, painfully stupid douchebag. And the only person that doesn't see it is Lydia. And I'm going to marry him. And even in one of the trailers, they show that he proposes to her at her father's funeral. And everybody else, well, yeah, no, no. Everybody else, all the audience, and like, she's just so stupid.
It'd be like that sometimes, though. You have any single friends? And they bring their trash date around, and you're like, in what world is this okay?
But this took it to the, wait till you see it. It
I'm
takes
excited.
it to the next
I'm
level.
excited about it.
So even Jenna Ortega's character is unbearably, unrealistically gullible and stupid. And they're all just so dumb. One of the things I got excited about was Monica Bellucci. Will go down in history as one of the sexiest women to ever live. And she brings so much style and screen presence to anything she's in, whether it's a Matrix movie or otherwise. You literally could have, if you had like a, I don't know, either Franklin Richards or Wanda Maximoff's reality warping powers, and you could just reach in and pluck her entire character out of the movie, it wouldn't change a thing about the movie. The character literally served no purpose, no function. you could just pluck her out of the movie and throw the character away, and the movie wouldn't have missed a beat. Willem Dafoe's character was completely pointless and useless in this movie. And Monica Bellucci and Willem Dafoe are awesome. Completely useless, completely could have been thrown away, had nothing, didn't influence the actual outcome of the movie in any way, shape, or form. It was dumb. And then, like, when there was something that maybe could have been a funny joke, they have to ghost-splain instead of mansplain. Ghost-splaining. They had to ghost-splain the joke. Because, Beetlejuice gets his, you see it in one clip in the trailer, Beetlejuice gets his main right-hand guy, Bob. Hey, Bob. Gets Bob to dress up in his clothes. And I won't say the context to not spoil anything, but we as the audience, the moment we see Beetlejuice gets Bob to dress up in his clothes, we all get the joke. But that's not good enough. Beetlejuice literally has to then explain the joke, and that happens 3 or 4 times in the movie. And even the ending, the way the movie climaxes, when Jenna Ortega's character is able to do something that, oh, I'm sorry, again, this won't mean anything to you at all. So people who have seen the movie know what I'm talking about. So Jenna Ortega can pick up that 700-page book for about 5 seconds and find this, and this. And that just suddenly undoes everything.
I think you're getting too angry about a movie.
You have
to understand that this movie does not take itself seriously, and you are taking it so seriously.
But there's so many movies that don't take themselves seriously and fun and execute right. This doesn't.
Well,
this is just lame and boring.
I don't remember the first Beetlejuice. I
thought the first Beetlejuice was way better than this.
I'm just saying, I never laughed out loud at anything. I just thought it was just one of those it's nostalgia won me over with this film. I'm gonna admit it. I had a good time. I left it and I said, I like that movie. I had as soon as the music started,
most people do. Most people like it.
And the thing is, I'm not a Tim Burton fan either. It was just we only had 4 or 5 channels when we were young, and Beetlejuice always played on one. I didn't realize it's not my favorite movie.
Wait, that was
I
interesting.
didn't realize the impact it had on me.
Yeah, that was interesting when you were telling me that story.
When the music started, I was like, oh my God, I watched this movie or had it in the background so many times that the nostalgia just brought me in from the beginning. And I just was smiling the whole time. The ending, I hate the music. I hate it.
I didn't mind that, but like we were saying, that went way too long.
Basically, they tried to recreate the Deo moment
The song that they did in this was like
and they butchered it.
It was so much longer.
But I left having a good time, and I was so shocked because I thought you guys were, because I wasn't looking at you guys. So when we left, and you're like, I was like, it's a pretty good movie, and then you and Ann were like, are you kidding? Or like, that's terrible. My heart just sank. I was like, what did I just see then? Because I
kind of felt like when I was the same way when I got out of it, I'm like, John's either gonna loathe this or he's gonna be like, you know what? I kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't think he would love it.
Oh,
but,
God!
Yeah. When I saw No out of the theater, I'm like, yeah, he probably hated it.
You know what gets me mad about it is the fact that at first when they announced it, I'm like, nah, this is a bad idea, and then they convinced me.
Oh, you felt duped.
They tricked me. I feel duped because I bought into it.
Switcheroo, the biggest.
I went into it with pretty
Duplo.
decent expectations, and listen again. Look, I'm not saying this movie is Madam Web bad. I'm not saying it's Borderlands bad, but it's bad. I really just but Ray, like,
I like it better than the first. I actually like it better than the first to the point where I want to go back and watch the first, and I never thought I would ever do that, just to see if the jokes in the second one, this one, will actually come through. Now,
I actually
I gotta say, G-Man in the live chat is saying thank you guys for saving me money. G-Man, understand this. As I established in the beginning, I'm in the minority here.
Yeah, because me and Ray liked it.
Yeah.
If you are a Beetlejuice fan and the trailers look appealing to you, yeah, I hate this movie. I think it's utter garbage. But I'm in the minority. If you're a Beetlejuice fan and you've liked the trailers, remember, 77% of the critics like it, 86% of the audience is saying they like it. If you're interested in it, don't not go just because I'm saying I don't like it. By all means, go and see it for yourself because you may end up enjoying it, and I hope that you do. I just didn't.
I like it better than the first one.
I'm glad you did.
And also, if someone asked me today, like, and they wanted to see it again, I would actually go and see it again. It's just I'm not so into the Tim Burton stuff. So when I do see it on screen, I'm so awed by his visuals that it takes me away, and it's such a short movie that it was like a ride like at a Universal
That's what I felt like.
Studios or something.
It wasn't a long movie, but it felt long.
Oh yeah, to you.
There was also like I thought I kind of laughed at more than just the one thing that you laughed at. But I am
And that
kinda
was a funny joke.
Yeah.
I got to give it its credit. That was a
the
funny
timing on
joke.
that was perfect. I am surprised. There's one scene near the beginning with in the bathroom scene, that public restroom after she leaves. This,
Yes.
and what he gives her, and then he gives himself, and it's like, ugh. I laughed at that, and then they kissed each other. I thought you were going to pick up on that.
You know what? Somebody who has not seen this movie is hearing what you're saying and thinking wildly
That's
different.
fine, though. That's
What
fine.
happens at truck stops? Whoa, just like that.
Like that.
Wow.
In the bathroom.
Yeah, it involves a trash can and a
summons a glory
It
hole?
involves a trash can in a public restroom,
Something
and I
Beetlejuice-
laughed
yeah,
at
it's
that.
great.
But
Okay. I'm excited about this. I am a huge Tim Burton fan. And I typically tend to agree with Jonathan about stuff too. So I know Logan will like this if you like this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I'll like this. I had a voiceover yesterday. I booked a commercial campaign, so
Oh,
I had to
nice.
cancel my plans. But I'm excited about going. I think this looks great. I'm bummed that you didn't have fun though.
Yeah.
I'm bummed I didn't have
You really
fun.
did come around to this one.
They totally sold me on it.
The way you're
They
talking,
got me on board.
the way you're talking, I'm surprised you didn't walk out, which would have made me mad because I was watching the film and I rode with you guys.
Well, I remember, I've only walked out of like
Expendables 4.
5 or 6 movies in my life. Expendables 4 being one of them.
I think that's my.
And I
second
don't think
movie.
this was as bad. I mean, Expendables 4 is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. But I mean, again, I don't think it's Madam Web bad. I don't think it's Borderlands bad. But it will end up in my top 10 worst films of the year.
I'm also shocked at the high scores on actual Rotten Tomatoes. I like the movie, but it seems a little. I'm surprised.
I think 77%. Like that's not sky high.
But
it's
Joker
very,
2
very
is what,
solid.
61% right now? It's
Yeah.
really crazy.
And you're obviously going to find then. I mean, obviously, it's not if something's not 100%, then you are going to find people that don't like
Yeah,
it.
and no movie is going to appeal to everybody.
100%,
And it's just,
Absolutely.
and again, we all have that 1 or 2 movies every year that we as individuals find ourselves in the complete opposite from the majority. This is going to be mine for 2024. This is the one that most people seem to like, and I'm glad people are liking it. I'm thrilled Ray had a good time with it, and I'm glad most people are liking it. I wish I did too, but I thought it was unbearable. I think it's one of Tim Burton's worst films.
Worse than Dumbo?
One of his worst films.
Yeah, you got him.
I love you, man.
got
Even
him.
Dumbo, I went,
One of his worst films.
You got him. He's smart.
You know when you discover a new binge-worthy show or a song that you bump on repeat and you have to share it with your friends so they can experience just how awesome it is? That's kind of what it feels like when you discover that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. It's such an awesome deal, there is no way you can keep it to yourself. My last mobile service provider was quite good, but ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've enjoyed even better coverage, better phone clarity, and I'm paying less than a third of what I paid to my old provider. Say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bills to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions may apply. See Mint Mobile for details. All right, guys, question is for you. Did you have a chance to see Beetlejuice? If so, did you think kind of like me? Were you disappointed by it? Or were you like the majority of other people that seem to have a good time? And again, let me reemphasize. I am one person. Just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you won't. If you're excited about seeing this movie, by all means, go and see it. Don't be turned off by it by me. I'm just giving you my thoughts on it. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.